Hello YouTube, my name is campfiresmell or Blake Smith, whichever one works better for you.
Hello and welcome to Oldage. I'll be playing a game against Default today. I haven't played against him before. He's number one on the leaderboard, so I figured I'll play really defensively. I'm not very good with aggressive strategies. I always forget something and get my units killed. So I've got two priests, I've got plenty of ranged units, I got a bishop, but he's actually got the same list, except he's switched out a pikeman for my knight. So we'll see how this goes. Well, you'll see. I've already seen it. But I was thinking that I would create a kind of perimeter that he wouldn't be able to commit an attack to. I'd play a lot with my priests in the back and keep everything defended, but he actually outmaneuvers me by a lot. You'll see here I'm thinking I'm going to defend that pikeman. I'm going to regret that later. I think he gets a shot in at it. I'm messing around with my knight. I'm really not sure what I'm doing in my opening moves. And right here is my biggest mistake. I put those two marksmen in a bad spot, because they don't cover much of the fields right now that I expect to be attacked. Whereas his two marksmen are covering the area directly in front of all my offensive units. I'm potentially stopping his pikeman's first move, but his two marksmen there are not going to attack. Whereas his marksmen have a good shot at the spaces in front of my pike and my knight. And his pikeman, as you can see, I clearly didn't notice, had a clear line of fire towards my marksman. So, and I don't get a good shot back in at him. I do get him healed up. I get one strike, but he just heals right back up and leaves me with the damage on my pikeman. As I said, I should have healed him, or should have defended him with the priest. But oh well, my bad there, not having enough foresight. I should have watched where the pikeman was. Now here I decide, okay, I should get him protected in case he decides to come back in. I put the marksman there because if he steps one forward to attack my knight, or my pikeman, like I'm thinking he's going to do, then I'll be able to shoot at him. But instead he comes from this angle with the marksman. And what I should have done here is just move both the crossbowman and the pikeman to the left and attack the marksman. It would get my pikeman out of range, ready to get shot at. It would open up the plague doctor, but he can take a hit, I think. And I could have just not moved him there in the first place by doing that, so he would have been safe. Instead, I let him get a shot in at my marksman. So, at this point, I'm not really sure where I want to go. I'm still trying to figure out how I can put my units in the best defensive position when I should have been thinking on pressuring that marksman, or the pikeman would have been nice too. But instead I'm just letting him get off shots, and it's not helping me at all. I do remember to protect the pikeman there. I get one shot in, but as I said, it would have been better to just try and kill the marksman right there, because he's going to keep doing damage for me a lot. Also, by shooting that pikeman who wasn't really in the fray of things, unless he wanted to come forward and attack the marksman that I have sitting in front of him, which would have put him in a bad spot because of my knight there, he's going to be able to just run back to the corner and grab that extra health, because I don't pressure anything for a long time. So he's got all the time in the world. Whereas for me, the only next available health potion, or health skeleton, I guess, is kind of out of the way, and I'm focusing on defense, so I need to keep everyone together. I want to have a good formation that's hard to assault, and by taking my units out of the way like that, it wouldn't serve that purpose. At least that's what I was thinking at the time. There may have been a way to get through it. It's hard to tell even in retrospect, but that's just how the game is. It's hard to plan. There's a lot of things that can happen. It also would have been nice if I'd gone over and shot him there, but I'm not sure why I decided against it. I think I just didn't see it. Whereas once again, his position is still kind of unassailable. I don't have clear line of fire at his priest there because there's water in front of my pikeman. Otherwise, I could have boosted him with the king and got up there, but I think he's a little out of reach. And my marksman is in a bad spot because it prevents my pike from going left, and it prevents my plague doctor from coming forward. But I guess either way, the cactus would have gotten in front. So I'm bringing my bishop up because I'm thinking, okay, I have a little time right now. He's still moving things around. I should get it in position to heal things later on. But you'll see I never really get around to that because I'm always distracted. So, once again, just making bad moves, putting people in the wrong positions. Whereas he's got everything in just about the right spot now, and he gets off another shot at my pikeman. And I just want to touch here on magic numbers. He went from 3 to 2, and that is really big. Because when you have 3 health, a pikeman can't one-hit you. Or basically, nothing can one-hit you. Or sorry. Yeah, nothing can one-hit you when you have 3 health. Whereas, if you have 2 health, a knight or a pikeman can kill you with 1 charge and 1 attack. Or you can be sniped by a marksman with the priest's buff. So in either case, having 3 health is immensely better than having 2 health. And so by letting him get that shot in there, I make the pikeman vulnerable to a lot of things. And also, again, he's in a bad spot because of the 2 water there. It would have been better for me to leave a marksman in that spot, to be able to shoot in front of the knight more clearly, and have the pikeman where he is, so that I can move it towards those marksmen of his more easily. You'll see here, I also kind of misplayed with the marksman by not having had it reloaded. So I can't shoot at that shield maiden there, because if I did, I could have shot the shield maiden, broke the shield, and then attacked with the drunk pikeman. Or I could have attacked with the pikeman, charged the marksman with my king, and dealt 2 damage to the shield maiden. Instead, I just kind of don't do much of it all. Don't do much at all. I just reload. So, and I charged the priest there because I figured if he moves forward to attack my knight, then I could hit her with the priest and she'd be kind of stalled in the water for a little bit, force her to go back, but she just goes back anyway. So, nothing much happens there. Although her position does stop my knight from beginning to advance, because I wouldn't have anywhere to go really. Since she's now out of the way of my marksman, I'd have to move him in the way. I'd have to move the marksman forward to shoot at her after moving the knight forward, and then his marksman would be able to come in and take a shot at my marksman, which is already low on health. So that wasn't a good option for me. Now I do move the knight forward anyway, because I want to try and pressure the maiden a little bit. I want to get some space among my units so I can move them around. But it doesn't really come to anything. And again here you'll notice that where I was like using my priest bubbles to protect things that I think are going to be attacked, he's using his to protect things that are going to attack. So that he wastes the fewest actions that way. So at this point I've realized that the marksman was an issue, and I've decided I'm going to try and kill it. But in doing so, I move the pikeman too far away from the maiden, and you'll see that she comes in to start doing damage as soon as he's out of the way. Or now that he's beginning to focus on the left. And it takes me too long to realize that the maiden is the new threat and not the marksman. So I should have continued to apply, or I should have started to apply pressure to the maiden, or the pikeman there. Whereas instead, I'm still focusing on this older problem, which my priests are now in a good position to defend, or at least one of them is. Also, he doesn't take it. Well, he does. Yeah. He does decide that, just like I left my marksman open in the start, I did the exact same thing with my priest. I left him in a really good spot to get hit, and he. Also, his pikeman there, for those new players who don't understand the buffs well, the drunk pikeman takes double damage, but the priest bubble does not. So, when if he did not have the bubble, I could have got him in one hit with that knight, doing 2 damage, but he only does a total of 3 damage, including the bubble. So, I didn't get the kill that I wanted there. Also, at this point, my timer is down, you see, and I'm starting to make a lot of mistakes because I'm focused on moving fast, and I think less about the future. I'm not thinking as many turns ahead. Whereas you'll notice default timer is still up at 246. So he's got plenty of time if he needs it to think and review what he does before he does it. As opposed to me, who several times this game realized after the fact that I made a mistake. Like here, when I should have moved the knight, done something useful with him, anything, I end up leaving him there. He's just going to get killed by the maiden. I'm kind of happy with this play, but I've forgotten, or rather I didn't know, that poison that lasts 4 turns can be removed right here by the priest. His prey bubble apparently removes the poison, which is something new to me. So, keep that in mind, don't let it happen to you. Because that was annoying. I was so happy with that play, and then it came to nothing. Also here, I had forgotten earlier that I think it was the marksman that got the priest's buff, and so I should have known that the king's buff. I should have known that the king was in that grass there. But I neglected or I forgot about it and moved my plague doctor into a position to be killed. So that was rather foolish of me. At this point I should have started moving the bishop forward instead of trying to push bodies around and get my defenses up. Because if I could revive those bodies, hey, that'd be even better. And if I can't, he'll have to wait. It'll be because he wasted movement or attacks trying to stop the revival. So I might have been able to gain a couple moves on him there. But instead I let the bishop sit over there for quite a while. He's not going to be useful at all. And the marksman here, I think I moved it up because I wanted to be able to shoot at the shield maiden if she pushed the knight body back and started moving forwards. But it's really kind of a useless gesture because now the other marksman is in a bad spot. No, I forget why I wanted that one there specifically. But it's just not going to work out for me, and I've put the marksman in a position to be attacked by his pikeman. I hope you can hear me well, I'm not much of an orator. No, I knocked that body out of the way because I was hoping to move forward with the shield maiden at some point. But he does a much better job of manipulating my movements, doing damage with the maiden. And this is the bit where I lose my ranged support. My marksmen are going to die here to the pikemen. I should have rather focused on keeping them safe instead of attacking this pikeman on the right here. Also, I should have not moved the shield maiden forward right before his maiden loses her shield, because now he has a chance to attack me. Whereas if I kept her there just shielded, then I would have been much safer. So once again, I give up a chance to attack my enemy. So I've only got 5 units left, or 6 units. So I'm trying to kind of consolidate them, get them to work together more. But he's already got me flanked on both sides with pikemen. And my only strong physical attacker now is the Shield Maiden, who's currently in a battle with his, so she isn't really there to go battle with either of the pikes. Which, if she'd had support from the priest or the marksman, she probably could have taken it on without letting too much through the middle lane there, I guess, between the cactuses. But I end up not using her to the best of my ability. Now here again he sees that my king is gone, and so those marksmen are totally on their own. There's no one to boost their damage. They're not going to do very well against pikemen. And I moved that second marksman back because I was thinking that he was going to attack diagonally. I wasn't so focused on what actually could happen because I was thinking about my timer a lot. It's going really low now. And so I forgot that it would have been better for him just to move there. Or he would have had to, because he can't attack diagonal with a pikeman, so I was kind of being stupid. And again here, I'm focusing on the pikeman on the right, and by doing that, leaving both the Shield Maiden and the other pike available to attack my units. And since I've only got one priest now, I can't defend everything with them. And I've been forgetting to shield with the maiden. Mostly because I was focusing on the pikeman. So, Default did a real good job of splitting my attention and getting me to focus on the wrong attackers. There was always a better place for me to be pressuring when instead I was focusing on something that wasn't a threat yet, or that was no longer as much of a threat as the maiden or the pike or whatever it was at the time that was a danger. And now here I let my priest get killed. So now I'm down both priests. I've just got a maiden, a marksman, and the bishop, who I should have used, but I didn't because I was too busy thinking about his flanking here and how I can get out of it. Because I probably wouldn't have had time to revive anything. And at this point I kind of realize I've lost, but I'm still going to give it a shot. Because, hey, you know, it can always work out. Even if you've made the biggest mistakes, you can still correct them. But I don't do it. And right here, I forgot that my maiden, having her shield up, would do absolutely no damage, regardless of whether or not I gave her the buffer. So I was thinking I could kill the maiden, and I just totally messed up. And as a result, he now gets rid of mine, and I have nothing defensive to block the pikeman with. So I have to body block with my bishop to keep the king alive. And I really can't afford to do that. So, game's about up, but I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you learned something. Make sure that you go read up on what all the defense abilities do, because that is where I messed up the most, I think, and where most new players mess up. They don't understand how everything works. Because it's not explained very well in the tutorial. And so, by learning through watching me make these mistakes, I hope you won't make them yourself. And, well, I guess watch the game play out and then go enjoy some Oldage. Have some fun with it. And good game. Have a nice day.
Mm.